Good morning, everyone. 9 o'clock here on your Saturday. Glad you're joining us. I'm Joe Chiodo here in Fort Kelly this morning, hanging out with Alina Lee. She is tracking a beautiful forecast for our Saturday morning, starting off sunny, and we're going to see some summer-like temps eventually here.
I know. Eventually this afternoon, I think it'll feel a little bit like early summer, rather than late May or mid-May, I should say, as the humidity will begin to rise. Right now, our our satellite and radar picture does show mostly sunny skies on the northern edge, I would say, of I-70. Southern edge probably looks mostly cloudy from those thunderstorms well to our south. We've got an area of low pressure to the farther north. That you can see that counterclockwise motion just over central Iowa. That system brought us some showers and storms late last night. I think it'll continue to pull away later on today, and I think we'll stay mostly dry. Look at the temperatures now. Already 66 degrees in Kansas City, 65 in Richmond, Cameron, 63, and 68 right now in Ottawa. As we look at your day planner, temperatures working their way out of the 60s and already expected to be in the 70s by about 10 a.m. today. Then near 80 by about 1, maybe already reaching 80 at 2 o'clock. And then temperatures working their way into the middle 80s by the afternoon. Might see heat index values closer to 90, so it might be a touch more humid than what we've been noticing over the last several days. And by the way, after asking for some cat submissions for our cat today, we've got a few. I can only show one, but of course, every Saturday I show a new photo of your cat. So if you didn't make it today, I will promise to send it or show it within the next few Saturdays in the near future. So again, thank you guys so much. You can still submit them to me on Facebook, email, either one. Joe?
All right. Sounds good, Alina. Thank you so much. It is 9:01 right now, and it has been a year since an EF3 tornado tore right through the Jefferson City area. Most of the buildings were occupied by businesses, and they are occupied by businesses now. The homes there were built in the early 1800s. They can be very expensive to own and time-consuming to renovate. Yesterday, a caravan was held to honor the heroes who responded. People say there is a lot of heart and history in the area, so it is worth getting it back to where it was. We are certainly thinking of everyone impacted by that tornado 1 year ago yesterday. The coronavirus isn't the only epidemic our area is dealing with. Stay-at-home restrictions did not slow the pace of violent crime down in our area, and that trend now continues. Police are looking for 2 to 3 people who shot a 16-year-old in Independence yesterday. They are expected to survive. Police are looking for a blue or gray SUV, possibly a Nissan Pathfinder. KCTV5 investigative reporter Angie Riccono has a closer look this morning at the disturbing uptick of violence right here in Kansas City.
Shutdown orders are ending, and cities across the nation are now comparing notes. Some saw a decrease in crime, but that was not the case in Kansas City.
I'm still asking myself why. Why him? Why anybody? It's uncalled for.
2 months later, questions linger for the family of Baron Shelton. He was found murdered inside a building at Cloverleaf Apartments.
Homicide detectives are collecting evidence, trying to figure out what happened to a man found dead in an apartment building.
His death briefly made the news. At that time, much of the focus was on coronavirus and sweeping shutdowns.
I don't understand people taking lives for things. I don't understand people taking lives, period.
This is the family's first interview, 2 full months after his funeral. The point is, murders faded from Kansas City's consciousness for a time, even though they still happened. Many people were left with this perception.
Crime had gone way down or was almost non-existent.
Sergeant Jake Bikina says that's just not reality. KCPD keeps track of crimes across all categories. And when the city shut down, violent crime raged on. It didn't surprise detectives.
The vast majority of them are arguments and narcotics transactions or drug trade related, way more than 50% historically.
Those 2 variables, arguments and drugs, did not fade during stay-at-home orders. Here's what happened across the nation, according to the Police Executive Research Forum. They evaluated 30 communities. Kansas City was not on the list. 18 saw decreases in violent crime. 12 saw increases. Specifically, San Francisco's crime rate dropped 33%. It was a 25% drop in New York. But crime jumped 21% in Denver and 12% in Houston. If you just look at homicide numbers, it was a mixed bag. 9 departments saw an increase, 9 saw a decrease, and 12 reported no change.
Kansas City also crunched the numbers. They just used some different dates. But the bottom line is things like robbery and stealing. Those were down, and so were overall police calls. But violent crime was up.
KCPD used the following dates, March 24th to May 11th. They looked at last year and then this year. Last year, there were 112 assaults. This year, 182. Non-fatal shootings are up as well, from 66 to 84. Homicides increased from 17 to 22. Here's another way to look at it. In that same time period, coronavirus killed 16 people in Kansas City, but violence killed 22. It was deadlier than corona.
You're out here shooting people, killing people. We got to do better. We got to do better.
Rosalind Temple is with Mothers in Charge. She supports grieving families at crime scenes. She spent her quarantine working homicides from the phone.
You know, I did the best I could, and I would always tell them, if you want to cry, you can call me back. I have much time to listen to you cry. I do not mind holding the phone and listen to you to cry.
It's very hard.
Temple connected us with Barron's family, still grieving, still in pain.
It is unreal to me to see the violence that is taking place in this city, my home, and across the world.
We need to value people's lives. We really need to value people's lives because, we're dying from corona now, and that's enough.
Police departments are now looking ahead. They're concerned about rising unemployment and that could lead to desperation and more tensions, affecting things like domestic violence and child abuse. In Kansas City, Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.
All right, quite the story. We will continue to stay on top of that and bring you any updates regarding violence and the trends we keep seeing here in Kansas City as they continue. It is 9:07 right now. Let's talk about movie night, right? It's Saturday, so a lot of families may be planning on that. But it is not the same without your favorite snacks. And today you have another chance to take part in bringing the theater experience right to your home. It is the return of curbside popcorn at all B&B theater locations. Here's a look at what's for sale. All money goes towards insurance premiums for the theater's furloughed workers. Pickup times are available between 2 and 6 p.m. Place an order by opening your KCTV5 News app. You can click Found It on 5 and then follow the link. And the Independence Farmers Market is reopening today, but you'll have to stay in your car instead of the traditional in-person interaction. You'll be driving right through to see the vendors. And we are going to let you know that it is open until 3 o'clock, I believe. So you still have time today. All vendors will be wearing face masks as well.
We can enjoy this beautiful weather. It's springtime, and we can get out, we can golf, we can cycle, walk. All these things we can do, get out to a park, walking trail, whatever you can find.
All right, summertime, it is quickly approaching. It's kind of here, right? This is kind of the weekend we bring it all in. Aging in Style is coming up next with what else you should be doing besides washing your hands. Alina.
Brushing your teeth? No, I'm kidding. All right, the next 2 days are going to look like this. A little bit more muggy, feeling more like summer today. It's going to be warmer than normal for high temperatures. Stray shower, maybe a brief storm, but I don't think anything really of any measurable concern. Tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms return, and then we have higher chances for rain just as we get into the week. We'll go over those in just minutes.
You're watching KCTV5 News Saturday morning. You stand for dependability, fairness, originality. That's why KCTV5 News at 10 o'clock stands for you. Rediscover the newscast as unique as the place we call home and stories that make a difference.
This is about helping each other.
Be the first to know, the one with all the answers, and ready for what comes your way. So stand up and take notice. Stand apart. Stand proud. Because KCTV5 News at 10 o'clock stands for you.
Ants in the kitchen! Better call Blue Beetle.
Your hometown Sutherland's is having a 3-day Memorial Weekend sale.
All Friends of the Family members will get 15% rewards store-wide all weekend, excluding mowers. Gather your tools and turn your home into your favorite place. Think big. During this sale, get 0% financing for up to 48 months on ZTR mowers. Sutherland's will also deliver and set it up for free. It's Sutherland's Friends of the Family 3-day Memorial Weekend sale. Shop local, shop family-owned Sutherland's.
Is your home protected from termites, rodents, and other insects? Call a local company. Call Blue Beetle Pest Control today and protect your #1 investment. Call Blue Beetle to start protecting your house today.
Welcome back to KCTV 5 News this Saturday morning. It is 9:10 and it is beautiful outside compared to the view that we've been dealing with during the, I guess, relative official work week, Monday through Friday. I don't know who considers that anymore when we're working here on a Saturday. But, hey, if you work Monday through Friday and you're trying to relax this weekend, I think you can definitely do that this afternoon. Right now, or even right now, it's very pleasant across the area. Our satellite and radar picture just giving you a view of the clouds that you can see streaming on in from the south, pushing northeastward. I think we'll see that mixture of sun and clouds as we head further on into the day. All right, temperatures already at 66 KCI, 67 in Basel and Tonganoxie, 67 Lee Summit, Blue Springs, very popular number across the board. And just along I-35, you can see 65 from Overland Park to Olathe. And maybe you have to do some yard work. If that's the case, definitely do it today. And I think if you get out early enough tomorrow, especially in the middle part of the day, I think you should be fine. Anything before 3, 4 o'clock, you can absolutely mow the lawn and have no issues worrying about thunderstorms. Monday and Tuesday, that's where I think you might want to put that away and hold off on doing any yard work because we are expecting scattered showers, maybe a few numerous thunderstorms across the area with the potential maybe of 1 or 2 more stronger storms. And I'll go over those risks a little bit later, along with your Saturday forecast. I've updated it, so that's ready to go as well with our full Storm Track 5 forecast in just minutes. Joe?
Ooh, meow. Can't wait. All right.
I went on to say something clever, but you caught me off guard with that one.
I threw you for a loop there.
Yeah,
I can't wait for Catterday. I'm usually not here on Catterday.
Exactly.
So it's a big day. All right. 9/11 right now. Thank you, Alina. We are hearing a lot about the importance of isolation, masks, and hand washing, but there may be one other protective measure that could keep you healthy during all of this. KCTV5's Carolyn Long giving us a scientific reason to get moving in today's Aging in Style.
One of the things I always hear from clients is, I don't have time to work out. Well, that's obviously not an excuse anymore.
Eric Burtz is the owner of Flex Personal Training and frankly has become frustrated by being told lately all the things we cannot do. He says if you look at what you can do, walk, golf, cycle, the payoff can be amazing.
Especially the higher risk people, older, heart condition, diabetics. You know, when we tell them to stay home, they're going to sit and become more sedentary.
Bert says that's the worst thing you can do for your health.
What can I do to help myself? Help myself be healthier, maybe make myself even stronger, get my immunity up so I'm not as susceptible to disease.
And he walks the walk, or should I say, rides the ride. When the coronavirus shutdown began, Bert's decided to focus more on his own cardiovascular health. He took up cycling. It's all about getting your heart beating, your blood pumping.
As we become sedentary, there are things in our blood, hemoglobin, which carry oxygen to all of our muscles. It starts reducing. You know, the old thing, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Here's the best news. Once you begin to use it again, your cardiovascular system reacts almost immediately.
If we take a sedentary person and have them exercise, walk on a treadmill, get their heart rate up for about 45 minutes to an hour, they can see out of one bout of exercise, they can see a 7% increase in their hemoglobin levels.
To attain that pulmonary efficiency, you don't even have to do that full hour in one swoop. Luckily, it's cumulative.
If you can't do an hour at a time, you can do 2 half-hour sessions or 10-minute sessions, 6 of them, and it'll all add up and have the same health benefit to your heart.
The key, though, is to push yourself a bit. Get to the point where you can talk, but can't tell a long story.
Walk or run or ride your bike, whatever it is, but I want you to only be able to speak in 2- and 3-word sentences. So we have to catch our breath. And we can talk, but if you're carrying on an entire conversation, we need to step it up.
Let's go. Carolyn Long, KCTV 5 News.
All right, let's do it. A lot of motivation needed today. 9:14 is your time. For more information on our website, go to kctv5.com. Click on Aging in Style. Nice day to get outside and get some exercise, so keep that in mind. KCTV5 stands for you and is strong in our commitment as KC works to come back from the pandemic. We are featuring a job of the day from our Job Connection platform. Today's listing is for Kansas City Public Schools. They are hiring in the school security department, first-line supervisors, site-based security officers, and patrol officers. For more information, just head to our website and click the Jobs tab.
You're watching KCTV5 News Saturday morning.
Bad driving habits, like sudden acceleration, excessive speed, and erratic changes in speed, don't make much sense here. And back at your car, they can affect your fuel efficiency and add to air pollution. So, drive smart and breathe easy.
We did it, folks. We built the only off-road course in the Midwest. Hi, Jeff Briggs with Victory Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram at the Legends Auto Mall. Wow, what a great time to buy. All month long, Victory is running employee pricing combined with 0% on select models. Like this new 2020 Grand Cherokee for only $495 per month. Or a new Renegade for $349 per month. Plus, no payments for 120 days. Come drive the open course today. We're located just east of Nebraska Furniture Mart, where our first price is better than their last.
When you really love something, you can't take your eyes off it. Welcome to your newly painted home by CertaPro Painters. When you call CertaPro Painters for a free estimate, we take care of every detail. Listening, prepping, repairing, and painting. We finish on time, so it's always worry-free. Now all you have to do is enjoy the view. CertaPro Painters. We do painting, you do life. Schedule a free estimate at CertaPro.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley, one of over 11,000 Price Chopper teammates in Kansas City. In this difficult time, we all have to work together to help out. I'm proud to announce that Price Chopper is donating 750,000 meals to harvesters to help families in need. Go to mypriceshopper.com to learn how you can help. And please, share your positive stories with hashtag KC Together.
We're going to get through this stronger and better than ever with KC Together.
Have a brand or business you need to promote? For over 50 years, M&I Targeted Media has made sure our client's message hits the right customers. Whether you're local, regional, or national, go to mni.com. Successful ad campaigns start here.
Welcome back, everyone, here on your Saturday morning. Let's get you over to Alina Lee, tracking that forecast. Lots of sun out there.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be great for anybody trying to get out and really enjoy the day outdoors, get some fresh air. I know you are a big allergy sufferer, Joe. I did check the forecast. The pollen is high still, so obviously, if you're one of those, don't forget the Zyrtec, whatever allergy medication, nasal spray, you know, whatever it is. You will definitely need that today. All right, here's a look with our KB Complete City Cam, just showing you all points of the area. And drum roll, can we get a drum roll? It's this, whoa, there's our Saturday forecast. We cannot forget it. And here we've got it. We're revealing the picture right now. Let me get out of the way. All right, here's Ghost and Data. Thanks to Jeff Hammer for submitting this photo. Ghost is the dog and Data is their cat. Jeff actually mentioned that Ghost did pass away earlier this week, so we are so sorry to hear about that. Obviously, not the most ideal times to let go of a best friend. I know that is very difficult. But anyhow, the weather's going to be great for cats or dogs either way. We'll be in the upper 70s by 1, around 84 degrees, so kind of muggy out there this afternoon. And just about anyone you look, anywhere across our area, will be in the upper 70s to low, maybe even middle 80s. 85 expected in Richmond, 82 for St. Joseph and Chillicothe. I think we'll be stuck in the upper 70s for Maryville. The latest picture on satellite and radar showing you some showers and thunderstorms well to our south, closer to Texas, southern edge of Oklahoma and Arkansas. Those have pushed clouds our way, so you might notice a mixture of sun and clouds to your south, anything south of I-70. A little bit sunnier on the northern side of the metro, but then you go even farther north in northeast Kansas and northwestern Missouri, where this area of low pressure just behind the banner here, it's there, that has spun in some cloud cover. So that's what we're getting, mix of sun and clouds. Live power Doppler, not much to show you there, but our Storm Track 5 forecast track does feature a mixture of that sun and cloud cover, especially the farther south you live. Slight chance of rain. I think we'll stay mainly dry overnight, and then tomorrow morning waking up with plenty of sunshine again. Clouds thicken, though, by the second half of your Sunday. However, there will be numerous showers and thunderstorms later on in the evening. So if you have plans in the afternoon, just make sure you've got your KCTV5 News app. I want to say our Storm Track 5 app, but we don't have that anymore. So we've combined the two, and now you only need one app. So, hey, less room on your phone. Scattered showers, a few storms overnight into early Monday, and then we get another chance to see showers and thunderstorms arrive into your Tuesday. Weather alerts up. We might see some strong, maybe some severe storms over the next 3 days. But for now, tomorrow's risk for severe storms would be damaging hail. So large hail, anything bigger than an inch, there's a potential. We can see 1 or 2 of those develop. 70s all the way through the week with chances for rain staying up but going down, if you know what I mean. 40 is pretty up, and then at least we'll only see a few more showers before the week is over. Joe?
All right, a lot to keep track of. Thank you, Alina. And one of the things we have learned during this pandemic is that many people who are overweight or obese are more likely to die from COVID-19. KCTV5's Brad Stevens reports this morning on a new local program through HCA Midwest Health, making a real difference for people who have struggled to lose and then keep that unwanted weight off.
As we now know, weight plays a significant factor with people who have COVID-19. A recent study with patients under 65 who had poor outcomes or died because of COVID showed more than 90% of those patients were overweight or obese and had other problems like diabetes or hypertension.
The obesity rate in the United States is at 40% now, and it's continuing to increase. Most people are unaware that this is an epidemic, and it's a much larger problem than almost any other disease state that we have.
That's why Dr. Freilich, a weight loss specialist, is so optimistic about a new telehealth-based weight loss program that helps lower the risk of chronic conditions found in many COVID-19 patients.
This program allows us to actually focus on everybody as a whole. We're looking at them as a composite, and we're then able to approach their underlying issues as to why they've been unsuccessful in losing weight in the past, but most importantly, what it takes to keep the weight off.
Dr. Freilich says this program works because patients interact virtually with dietitians, exercise experts, psychologists, and weight loss specialists.
I had a young woman who was really wanting to get into her mother's wedding dress for her own wedding. And over the last year, she's been able to lose 80 pounds, and she got into her mom's dress and called me up to tell me how incredibly happy she was.
Shedding pounds with this telehealth-based weight loss program is the objective, but the real goal here is to keep that weight off long term.
I think this is an ideal opportunity to try to get people healthier, not only to prevent them from having complications of COVID, but also just to have the complications of obesity and having a lifelong of health.
Brad Stevens, KCTV5 News.
All right, Memorial Day is 2 days away, and in Lee Summit, people are making sure their sacrifice is not forgotten. A holiday tradition continuing in the age of social distancing.
You're watching KCTV5 News Saturday morning.
No matter the weather, wind, rain, or storms, Mother Nature never takes a day off, and neither does Leaf Guard. Let's face it, clogged gutters can do damage from the roof to the foundation. Leaf Guard, the only seamless one-piece rainwater management system with a clog-free guarantee, and earned the Good Housekeeping seal 15 years in a row. And while you're staying home more, now would be a great time to eliminate those old gutter problems for good and save big during the $99 install sale. You buy Leaf Guard from us, we install it for $99. And choose 25 months no interest financing or $400 Lowe's gift card with purchase, your choice. And dinner to go, $50 gift card to one of your favorite restaurants. Call in also to ask about Refer A. Tell a friend about Leaf Guard, you get cash back. Tell enough friends, you get free gutters. Call now for your free estimate and dinner to go. Let me keep your gutters clean forever.
In times like these, peace of mind and saving money are priorities.
By switching to AAA insurance, we're able to save over $450.
Having AAA insurance and membership gives me great peace of mind. We understand you need to take care of your family. AAA is here to help with our team of qualified agents. It's easy. Call for a free quote today. You'll be glad you did. Call 877-270-3363. AAA Insurance, helping you save more.
Spending time at home has made it clear to many that your home needs more Oh Yeah. Furniture Mall of Kansas is now providing Oh Yeah fuel to help make it fun and easy. Fuel number 1, 0 down 60-month financing. Fuel number 2, free reward card loaded with cash equal to 6-month payments. Fuel number 3, free masks and cookies. Start fueling up your Oh Yeah today.
Oh yeah. KCTV5 CityCam is sponsored by KB Complete.
All right, it is 9:25 here on your Saturday and the Saturday of your Memorial Day weekend. Many Americans have no idea what is even being commemorated this weekend, though. The University of Phoenix asked 2,000 people about the holiday. 28% confused it with Veterans Day, which honors all military members for their service. Now, get this, only 43% gave the correct answer. Do you know what it is? Well, Memorial Day honors servicemen and women who have died while serving their country. KCTV5's Emily Rittman is showing us this morning how they're being remembered in this age of social distancing.
This Memorial Day will be different here at the Lee Summit Historical Cemetery. There will be no crowds or honor guard due to large gathering restrictions, but one tradition will go on. It takes time to set up 145 large American flags to create the avenue of flags that surround the Lee Summit Historical Cemetery each Memorial Day.
These flags are all flags that's been donated by the families of veterans, and these were the flags that their loved ones were buried under.
If you're going down 291 Highway and you see those flags, it makes you feel good.
The commander of the Jack Gray Post 5789 VFW, Jerry Youngblood, also put out a call for help to place hundreds of smaller U.S. flags near each veteran's grave to honor their sacrifice.
I think they deserve a lot of respect.
8-year-old Mason Krupa, his family, and many others answered that call.
If their families come out to the cemetery, I think it's just nice. So, like, if we place a flag, then the family also knows that other people care about them.
Social distancing requirements canceled plans to hold a Memorial Day ceremony and an all-veterans breakfast.
They're proud of what they've done for our country, and so it's really tough.
They fought through anything. It didn't matter what it was. We're here to tell them that we're going to honor them regardless.
You may remember this time last year, strong winds damaged flags and flagpoles at this cemetery. Thanks to generous donations, they were able to repair, replace, and raise these flags for this Memorial Day. Reporting from Lee Summit, Emily Rittman, KCTV5 News.
All right, important to remember. Straight ahead in the next half hour of KCTV5 News this morning, new organ donation rules are putting patients at risk. See how these surgeries are giving more than just a second chance at life.
And we'll be tracking increasing shower and thunderstorm chances as we head through the upcoming week. They peak right around Monday, perhaps even Tuesday, and then they go back down. But do they go towards zero by the second half of the week? We'll have that answer coming up.
You're watching KCTV5 News Saturday morning.
Harassed at work? #MeToo. We've recovered millions for our clients.
When you have a plumbing problem, we know it's important that your plumber shows up quickly and on time. But this is something you never want to see from your plumber. With Dick Ray Master Plumber, there are no buts. We show up on time, quickly diagnose the problem, and fix it without breaking the bank. Dick Ray always has $99 monthly specials. This month, get a sewer camera inspection, mainline clog clearing, or a precision tune-up. Go to DickRayMasterPlumber.com to make an appointment for no ifs, ands, or especially no buts for all your plumbing needs.
When Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric comes to service your home, we bring your little furry friends a treat. Still haven't replaced your doggone AC? Beat the heat and replace that old air conditioner and get a whole home virus killing system free. Protect your family from viruses, allergens, mold, dust, and more. Now that's a well-deserved treat for your entire family. For customer satisfaction, we're a lock. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Technicians you can trust with your house keys.
No fee until we win your case.
No settlement, no fee.
If you don't get paid, we don't get paid.
The truth is, all injury lawyers are paid the same way. A percentage of your settlement.
but some lawyers take close to 40%, costing you thousands of dollars. Edelman and Thompson's low percentage fee means you keep more of what's yours. Serving Kansas City for over 25 years with quality representation for a fair fee. Edelman and Thompson.
Engines are restarting, park is shifting to drive. So we're offering 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 120 days. Plus the freedom to shop and buy online. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram will help you drive forward.
Or now during the Memorial Day sales event, well-qualified returning lessees can lease the 2020 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4 for $200 a month.
Think comfort, think Lazy Boy. Now think Nebraska Furniture Mart and save up to 80% off suggested retail on a special buy. Use contact-free drive-through pickup with long-term financing. Save on Lazy Boy at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Keeping you and your family safe, anywhere, every time. Dependable weather coverage matters. Storm Track 5 on KCTV 5 News stands for you. KCTV 5 News Saturday morning starts now.
All right, everybody, it is 9:30 on your Saturday now. Glad you're joining us or staying with us if you've been tuning in since 9. I'm Joe Chiodo, in for Kelly today. Happy to be here and happy to have Alina Lee in the studio as well, who is tracking a great forecast.
Yes.
What do we think? Should we give you credit or is this me? Did I bring some good luck and sunshine to our Saturday morning?
I will give you all the credit that you want, Joe.
Thanks, Alina.
Just because you're filling in. It's your Saturday and you're here on your day off.
I appreciate it. I think you deserve it, though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, you know what? It is going to be great weather no matter where it is you live across our viewing area, northeastern Kansas, southern Kansas, eastern Kansas, western Kansas. You know what I mean. All right, right now our KB Complete City Cam showing you from the stadium complex looking westbound now. This is I-70 stretching along the screen there. This is I-435 there, just at the bottom. But it is 66 degrees, so it is very comfortable right now. South to southwest wind, right around 9 miles per hour. That dew point temperature now in the low 60s, getting closer and closer. We're watching that number get closer to 70 degrees, so it certainly will feel slightly more humid across the area. Our latest picture on satellite and radar just showing you mostly cloudy skies down to our south, a mixture of sun and clouds the farther north you live, especially from I-70. And then the latest from our temperatures, just showing you everyone pretty much in the 60s, but already getting close to 70 degrees, 69 right there in Butler. We'll be talking about 80s today, 80s again tomorrow. But how long can we expect to see 80-degree temperatures? We'll get to that answer coming up in just a few minutes.
What happened in the Kansas legislature yesterday was simply indefensible from start to finish.
Kansas Governor Laura Kelly sharing some harsh words about the actions of her colleagues. The Republican-controlled Senate voted to limit her emergency powers. The GOP has been critical of Governor Kelly's response to the pandemic, calling her safety regulations too far-reaching and her plan to reopen too slow.
And Main Street, Kansas was closed. Not only was it closed, it was suffering financially. People were going bankrupt. And they didn't understand what her meaning of essential was.
The bill passed by the Senate extends Governor Kelly's emergency declaration until May 31st, but any future declaration will need to be approved by 3/4 of the State Finance Committee. It also gives lawmakers oversight on how exactly the state spends $1.25 billion in CARES Act funding. Yesterday, Governor Kelly criticized the serve as self-moving.
In the weeks leading up to Sine Die, lobbyists and a small number of Republican legislative leaders crafted a series of self-serving and, frankly, dangerous pieces of legislation behind closed doors and in the offices of special interest groups.
And that bill, it's now in the House for consideration. We'll keep you updated on what happens. New numbers showing how the coronavirus is impacting workers both in Kansas and Missouri. The unemployment rate reached 11.2% in April in Kansas. Missouri's unemployment rate was more than doubled to 9.7%. Both are below the national average of 14.7%. The rules for transplants in our area, they have changed. We've been listening to warnings from surgeons for more than a year now. Organs donated locally, they aren't staying local as often. Instead, they are saving lives up to 500 miles away in cities and states with low donation rates. While that is great for those areas, it causes harm right here at home. The University of Kansas Hospital says transplants are down 50% since regional sharing began. Many patients are waiting so much longer now for that life-saving organ. This morning, we we are showing you the importance of organ donation, not just to save a life, but also to remember the one that's been lost.
This didn't have to happen, and it wasn't supposed to, but it did.
On June 10th, 2018, Amanda Reynolds' life changed forever.
Whenever I got there and they said it was his brain.
Her husband, David, was shot and killed in a road rage incident on the side of I-249 in Joplin. In that moment, she lost the love of her life, and 4 girls lost their dad.
He wasn't perfect. He definitely had flaws, but being a father was something that he shined in. It was what God created him for.
Their youngest daughter at the time was just 2.
She won't know the type of man he was. She won't know how much he loved her.
Next month marks 2 years since David's murder. When he passed, his organs were given to several people. A year later, Amanda learned who they were.
And they were all older men.
Fitting, she thought, for the young 27-year-old who had a soft spot for those who are older in his heart.
He loved to listen to their stories, and that's who he would surround himself with.
Which is why she has a feeling David would love this story.
Sweetheart, there's my girl.
The story of how, in his death, she and another David became the best of friends.
And at that time, I did not know that it would be you, but God definitely knew what he was doing when he gave it.
Yes, he did.
This David is 69, but one could say he's much younger at heart.
I'm proud to carry that heart. I'm proud to carry this family.
When David Reynolds took his last breath, he gave David Shell, who goes by Spider, another shot at life. A transplant here at the University of Kansas Hospital.
Watching him get 10, 15 more years of life, that is pretty magical.
This is only the second time Amanda and Spider have met.
It's nice to feel his heart. It's good to feel that on yourself again. Because that's what I did. Laying in the hospital was just listening over and over again because I knew I wasn't going to feel it anymore.
After surgeries, recipients aren't told whose organ they've received. But Spider and his wife, Chris, had to know. They wrote a letter.
What did these 4 people go through to get me to this position?
Amanda read it and had one thought.
This guy, he's my favorite.
She wrote them back, explaining her David and this David had a lot more in common than just a heart.
David liked to hunt. David liked to fish. That's what I did when I was younger. And I loved to play softball when I was younger. He loved to play softball, and he coached softball. I coached softball, I thought. And so it's kind of overwhelming. But I always said the man upstairs knew what he was doing.
And finally, they found out exactly how David died.
My heart just went out to him, you know, knowing that some of the little girls saw this happen.
Girls. How's the girls? How are you, sweetheart? He does look like David.
She does.
For both families, it's proof. In our darkest times, sometimes a stranger will help us survive.
Every time that one of my kids is going to walk across the stage, he's still there. Like, every time that they're going to get walked down the aisle or go to a father-daughter dance or have a baby, he's still there.
And when it comes to letters, Amanda says there's one more she still has to write.
And I'm still working on forgiveness.
Addressed to the man who, on the side of I-249 in Joplin, stole her husband's life.
And I've wrote so many letters, but I've thrown them all away because I'm not there yet. Like, but I'm trying every day.
Such a tough story to share, so big thanks to both of the families for sharing everything that they've been through. Of course, they are encouraging everyone to become organ donors. And we want to mention this story was filmed before coronavirus hit. You likely noticed there was no social distancing there. But that does bring us to our next point. There will be less stories like this one in the future here in the Midwest as the organ allocation program continues to limit transplants in our area. Now, of course, this was a heart donation, but specifically, this really impacts liver donations as well. Doctors at University University of Kansas Health expressed concern that this issue, it's not getting enough attention due to everyone being so focused on coronavirus right now. While they understand that, they also want people to keep this in mind. So we'll keep you updated if any changes are made to that program. While Americans are venturing out of their homes this Memorial Day weekend after many weeks of sheltering in place, far fewer people are expected to travel this year. Officials are urging them not to let their guard down. In the Black Hills of South Dakota, Mount Rushmore is opening today, about 3 weeks earlier than planned. Sunbathing is still off limits at Los Angeles County's reopened beaches, but officials are easing restrictions on bike paths. New York City's Coney Island Beach and Boardwalk, they'll be open, but swimming is not allowed.
If you want to go back to those things we love, you cannot let your guard down.
And to pave the way for socially distanced pedestrians, 13 more miles of city streets will be closed to cars this holiday weekend. Meanwhile, the White House ordering all flags at half-staff for coronavirus victims and those who died serving our country. New this morning, the car rental service Hertz is filing for bankruptcy. They are the latest company to file since the coronavirus pandemic began. The company has been renting cars since 1918. By filing, it intends to stay in business while restructuring its debts. A U.S. official says an American was on board the plane that crashed in Pakistan yesterday. The airline CEO says 99 passengers and crew members were on board. At least 76 bodies have been recovered from this wreckage right here. Investigators have not released any details about the now missing American. A State Department official says they are working with their staff in Pakistan to monitor that situation. And as we begin our Memorial Day weekend, it also means the start of summer. And with summer comes chores. Still ahead on Better Homes, we're going to introduce you to a new friend that can lend a helping hand around the house. Alina, that friend right there might be a little more useful than Rufus. But Rufus wins in the cuteness category.
Absolutely.
He's cuter.
That's right. That's what I say. All right. Our day planner showing temperatures warming pretty quickly. Already expecting to be near the 70s as we head further and further on into your Saturday, and possibly getting into the mid-80s for some. As we get through the second half of your day, we'll go over how many more days these 80s return in just a few minutes.
You're watching KCTV5 News Saturday morning.
Being outside and the fresh air is appreciated so much right now, but it's also severe weather season.
And in this time of social distancing, what to expect and how to plan for it is more important than ever.
Storm Track 5 is here for you on every screen.
On the KCTV5 live streaming news app.
So when severe storms approach,
or you just want to know the best time to grill or mow your lawn,
we're working hard to make sure you're safe from severe weather wherever you are.
Storm Track 5 on KCTV5 News stands for you.
You've heard us talk about Leaf Guard for years. One of the main components is the big mouth, engineered exclusively for Leaf Guard. Now, see how it attaches to Leaf Guard? Look on the inside. The opening is larger. One more reason we can handle those heavy rains. Leaf Guard does the job. Listen to Donna.
Leaf Guard handled it great. We had an awful lot of rain the last couple of days, and we didn't get any clogs at all. All of the rain just went right down through the gutters. All the pine needles slid right off.
And be sure to ask about our flexible installation schedule so you can take advantage of the $99 install sale from Leaf Guard. It's simple. You buy Leaf Guard from us, we install it for $99. And choose 25 months, no interest financing for a limited time. Or your choice of $400 Lowe's gift card with purchase. And dinner to go with your in-home estimate at one of your favorite restaurants. Call Leaf Guard now.
Current conditions, sponsored by Mission Plumbing, Heating and Cooling.
All right, welcome back, guys. 9:43, and we are still tracking a mixture of sun and clouds across the area. It might look mostly cloudy the farther south you live, as you can see some clouds kind of just streaming on in from the south pushing northeast. And there's that mixture of sun and clouds the farther north you live from that area of low pressure that continuously spins in that counterclockwise motion, pulling in all that moisture. Right now, our temperatures are generally in the low to mid to upper 60s here in the metro, 67 just right there in Grandview, 67 in Lee's Summit and Raytown, 65 in downtown Kansas City, 66 for KCI. We're showing you the dog walking forecast next. As you can see, hour by hour, if you have to walk your dog today, great dog walking weather. Just might be a little bit more humid, especially closer to the afternoon when high temperatures reach the middle 80s. And once again, if you missed it, the last time we showed Fred here, and just in the background, That says Buddy Roxy. So thanks again to Mimi for submitting that photo. We will share the Saturday forecast. If you missed it, we'll get to that full forecast in just a few minutes, along with an hour-by-hour look at Forecast Track to go over those rain chances that'll be increasing just before the weekend is over. Joe?
Alina, if you could use an extra hand with household chores, raise your hand, right? We're all raising our hand here. If you are like most of us, you will appreciate what we're about to show you in this week's Better Homes Report. KCTV5's Kelly Taylor giving us a look at robots that could help you with chores around the house and even keep you company along the way.
Personal robots are one step closer to reality. The Walker robot from UB Tech is designed to be a butler.
Enjoy your food. Thank you.
In the past, robots struggled to manipulate objects. This one has improved technology, which allows it to take the cap off a bottle, pour a drink, and hand it over. If you're hungry, the Samsung ChefBot is here. These robotic arms can slice and dice, prepare a meal, and even make you coffee.
It's still very early days to see where this is going to take us.
CNET's Lexi Shavati says it may be a while before you get your hands on these type of robots, but robotics that combine man and machine are currently in use. The Guardian XO allows workers to lift heavy items with ease. Shavati got to experience it herself, lifting 30 pounds with ease, but it can handle much more.
200 pounds could feel like only 10 pounds when you're lifting it. It's actually about reducing strain or injury, about people that are working in factories or at high-risk jobs.
This rolling device is part of a new trend in companion robots. The Bali has a camera and artificial intelligence to interact with its owner. It can give you reminders, record moments, and even play with the dog. And if you want something to cuddle with, you can try the Love It or Love Robot. It has artificial intelligence that can recognize your face and will come to you when called. Sensors throughout the body respond to touch with a cooing sound. And this little sidekick will be available in the U.S. next year, but it isn't cheap. They're currently sold in Paris and cost about $5,000. Kelly Taylor, KCTV5 News.
And we have officially gone off the deep end. I don't know what those things were. 9:46 is your time. Could college football kick off on time? Well, new hope for fans hoping to see their favorite teams take the field in September. We'll talk about it next in sports. Plus, how one artist becomes closer to her ally after he gets severely hurt and needs full-time care. This week's movie review with Trey Hawk is next.
You're watching KCTV5 News Saturday morning. Stormtrack 5 Live Power Doppler, keeping you safe in severe weather.
Over 2,000 ladder-related accidents happen each day nationwide. You don't want to be next. Here at Leaf Guard, we hear from a lot of homeowners telling us the things they've done up on the roof, on the ladder, that can be dangerous. Listen to Clayton tell you what happened to him.
Well, I made the mistake of crawling on my roof. And I had a hose in my hand, and I fell off the roof. Damaged my left ankle and my right shoulder.
We eliminated that problem for Clayton. No more climbing a ladder, cleaning the gutters. Get Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed, and take advantage of the $99 install sale. You buy Leaf Guard from us, we install it for $99. Choose 25 months, no interest financing, or $400 Lowe's gift card with purchase from Leaf Guard. And dinner to go from one of your favorite restaurants with your in-home estimate. Pick up the phone and call Leaf Guard now.
For years, they watched over you. It's your turn to do the same for them. Know the warning signs of nursing home abuse. Know who to call. Brown and Crouppen.
We'll investigate immediately and then get you the justice and compensation you deserve.
Bad driving habits like jackrabbit starts, sudden stops, or rapid or erratic acceleration. They certainly don't make a lot of sense here, or back at your car, where they can affect your fuel efficiency and add to air pollution. So, drive smart and breathe easy.
When you really love something, you can't take your eyes off it. Like your newly painted home by CertaPro Painters. CertaPro Painters takes care of every detail, so all you have to do is enjoy the view. Schedule a free estimate today.
Welcome back, everybody. 9:48 right now. You likely have some Memorial Day weekend plans, and we're starting off good here this morning. Lots of sunshine, but we're going to be heating up as the day goes on.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. We are going to see temperatures warm into the 80s today, and the humidity levels increase as well. So the dew point temperature, the measure of moisture in the air, that number is going up by the afternoon, closer to 70 degrees, which may make it feel a little bit more humid across the area. Right now, our satellite and radar picture, just want to go over the last 3 hours. We've been watching clouds kind of stream in from the southwest from those thunderstorms in Texas and parts of Louisiana. This area of low pressure you see here spinning over Iowa, that has produced some cloud cover for northeastern Kansas and the extreme northwestern portion of Missouri. But we are just seeing a little sliver of sunshine out there just slightly north of I-70. Our light-power Doppler just giving us a view of a clean sweep of the radar. And again, it is Catterday. We have not forgotten those cats. So thank you to everybody who actually submitted their photos on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even on email. We will use a new cat photo for the next several Saturdays until we run out of those forecasts. So for today, we're looking at 70s by about 10, upper 70s by 1. 4 o'clock today should be 84 degrees. If you missed the last shot of our Catterday forecast, this is Ghost here and Data. And Jeff told me that he's really big fans, or his family is big fans of Star Trek. So live long and prosper. Is that how they do it there? All right, that was that Vulcan salute. I guess that's not cool enough. Joe just laughed at me. All right, sure, whatever. Says he doesn't watch Star Wars either, but hey. All right, low to mid 80s today across the board. Some spots may get into the upper 70s. Our forecast track just showing you clouds kind of here and there. So we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies for the remainder of the afternoon, staying mainly clear overnight. Even into tomorrow morning, I think we'll get a lot of sunshine to begin with. Then you'll notice the cloud cover start to increase by the second half of your Sunday. A few showers, a rumble of thunder can't be ruled out. And then we get a second wave to arrive late in the evening. 9 o'clock on forecast track on Sunday, showing you scattered showers and a few more thunderstorms to push through off and on, especially anytime after 9 o'clock tomorrow. We could see those thunderstorm chances increasing. 1 or 2 of those storms may have the potential of being on the strong to severe side. So the Storm Prediction Center actually has northeastern Kansas and northwestern Missouri, even as far east as north central Missouri, under that slight risk for severe weather. What that means is we could see 1 or 2 severe storms. I think they'll be capable of producing damaging hail as the primary threat, maybe even damaging wind, gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And that slight risk extends all the way down to southern Texas. As far as rainfall totals are concerned, I think we could see 1, maybe 1.5 inches, just depending on where those thunderstorms line up. And additional rainfall Monday into your Tuesday, which means flash flooding concern possible as we head through the day Monday. And then the temperatures after this weekend will be back in the 70s. And I think we stay close to normal. However, chances for rain finally go down Thursday and Friday, but there will still be a chance in there for just a few more showers before we end the week. Here's our movie review with Trey Hawk.
When I close the door, I start to paint. That's my universe.
Hi. I'm Trey Hawk, film critic for KCTV5, and this week we're going to be looking at a new release, a documentary from Neon Pictures, and it's called The Painter and the Thief. This film focuses in on painter Barbara Kisilkova when she has an exhibition in Norway. 2 of her paintings, incredibly large format, highly detailed paintings, are stolen out of the gallery. What she decides to do when prosecution is brought against an individual for the theft of the paintings is actually befriend this person. Though the film tries to put a lot of emphasis on the mystery of the theft and the discovery of the paintings that had been stolen, I think the real power in this film comes from the friendship that is developed between the artist and the thief. That's what's really fascinating. The artist herself, a person who has been a survivor of abuse and trauma, befriends this individual who struggles with addiction and abuse and trauma of his own. And the friendship that they develop over the course of the documentary is really pretty astounding and very hopeful. I hope you'll check out this documentary. Though it is flawed, it's not a perfect film. It does on the whole present a powerful picture of the possibilities that come out of compassion and friendship between two disparate individuals. For KCTV5, this is Trey Hawk. Thank you.
Well, good morning. I'm Breland Moore, and earlier this week, the NFL started their process of reopening club facilities. But right now, the Chiefs continuing to do things virtually still, and surprisingly have made the most of it. Now, they're all still continuing with those spring plans, meetings, things like that. But head coach Andy Reid did say that this virtual system does have some drawbacks. While they're able to continue working on their install, timing of routes and break points and some of those fundamentals, they've all kind of had to fall by the wayside a bit. And there is also a concern that injuries could increase the more time players are away from the field.
You know, if you talk to medical people, that you understand that injuries can go up if you're not working change of direction or being tugged on, like a running back would be tackled and he's got to pull through a tackle. That it has a tendency to up injuries. We saw that a little bit with the lockout here with Achilles tendons and that. So those things end up being important. But from a pure football standpoint, you know, it's your timing, your breaks.
Well, the NCAA is also taking steps towards a return. The Division I Council ruled that Division I student athletes in all sports may participate in voluntary athletics starting June 1st. Now, while June 1st is the earliest date, the SEC voted to return their athletes to campus June 8th, and the Big 12 decided June 15th would be their start date. Now, the NCAA ruling specifically states that mandatory activities will still be prohibited for all football and basketball programs until at least June 30th. All of our local college football programs slated to open their 2020 seasons on September 5th. And while the NCAA is taking steps to return to play, one of its high-profile coaches has announced his COVID-19 diagnosis. NBA Hall of Famer Knicks legend and Georgetown men's basketball coach Patrick Ewing shared on Twitter that he has tested positive for the virus. Now, the school announced that he has been the only member so far of their basketball program to test positive, and that Ewing is under care and isolated in a hospital. That's a look at sports today. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Breland. Let's give you one last check of your forecast here on this Memorial Day weekend with Alina.
Yeah, and it's certainly going to be fantastic out there today, especially because we're only tracking a 20% chance of rain. And I think maybe if anything does precipitate, it'll be a sprinkle or a very brief light shower that passes through late this afternoon and evening. Otherwise, most will be dry. 84 degrees the high today. Back in the upper 60s we go tonight. And then 84 expected once again Sunday. I think the start of Sunday looks good as well. I think we'll start out dry, and then we'll start to see those chances for showers and thunderstorms sort of increase across the area as we head through the second half of your Sunday. One or two of those storms may be on the strong to severe side with large hail as the primary threat and maybe a few brief wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So obviously we'll be watching the radar very closely. Brett Anthony will be in later on this evening and of course tomorrow to keep a close eye on the radar and update you guys at home to let you know where those storms are at the moment. Joe?
All right, good information, Alina. A lot of people, of course, have their Memorial Day plans set, so hopefully those can go on as planned. And, of course, we are thinking of everybody who has served to protect us and also lost their life while serving. So a big thanks and thinking of them and all of their families this Memorial Day weekend. All right, thank you for joining us here on your Saturday morning. You can always check your latest news and weather at kctv5.com.